Yo, what's up? Welcome to another card fight match. This time, Bladewing versus Blademaster. Post set 11. Already riding their first grade 1 Vanguards, and Bladewing player goes straight into rushing, which is definitely a good play for Bladewing. Bladewing is all about the rush. I tried to rush a little bit back with my grade 2 turn with my Blademaster deck and drive check a Lava Flow Dragon. And it is the Bladewing turn again. He rides into Carvinus Succubus and calls a bunch of cards, which you don't really need to concern yourself with what you rush with, because it's all going to the soul with your starter skill, as long as you can keep it on the field, which is quite nice. Rides into Dragonic Blademaster Cohen, calls a grade 1 in the crit, and swings at a rearguard trying to minimize what can be moved into soul, and then attack with the Vanguard, and drive checks nothing, which is unfortunate. So we go into the Bladewing turn again. Comeback King himself rides into Bladewing Sullivan, and now he can select that Weretiger Jaeger. Got an SP1 there, so an SP1, and he can just pop 3 in the soul, counterblast 3, and draw 3 cards. And then he still has his starter skill, which happens upon his stride. He strides into Demigod, Deranged Singular, moves everything in himself to the soul, and draws 2 cards. So he basically just got +5 cards to his hand to help him win this turn, which is just crazy for Dark Wrangler, giving Dark Wrangler great speed and aggression from set 11. Goes and calls a Monochrome of Nightmareland Cat Stand Trigger, shuffles it into the deck to Soul Charge and Counter Charge. Then he has 10 cards in Soul, so he draws 1. Activating Dimension Creeper from the Soul to put more Soul Charges in. You can see me having a dice on the other side of the table, trying to keep track of how many Soul Charges he's having in his main phase for Demigod. Calls a Flying Librarian and uses his effect to Soul Charge 2 and draw a card and Counter Charge. So definitely with set 11, Dark Wranglers has become a very consistent, very powerful deck, still managing a very defensive aspect with Bladewing. Definitely a deck to look out for. Now this build is quite interesting because he doesn't run any crits. He runs 4 heal, 4 draw, 8 stands. So activating 3 Flying Librarians now this turn, building up that soul and maintaining that hand power. And it doesn't matter too much what his field is because Demigod is powering up the field. Now miraculously he did not get any of his grade 0 into the soul to Spear Call during the battle phase, but he's still going to swing for some pretty big numbers. So, take the first damage. There's nothing really I can do here. I didn't have that good of a hand. I didn't have that good of a start. And he's swinging for some pretty huge numbers. So I'm already to 5 damage in this game. I do nullify his Vanguard though he could easily hit a stand trigger. Oh, there's an assassin. There's a thing. And a perfect guard. So no triggers. Go into Cohen's turn. Now, unfortunately, I wish I could have went ahead and G-guarded and gone into Zygenberg, but that didn't happen. So we have Mustafa to save the day with Blademaster skill, retire something, give something +3, though I don't think I remember to give something +3. And then we activate Mustafa's skill, flipping up Blademaster Titan, and retiring his other front row. Just trying to get rid of his intercepts. attacking the Vanguard, and my grade 1 activates, giving it +4 and countercharging 1 because my Vanguard is blazing. He does nullify the attack. I do hit a heal trigger, which is nice, so that will help for later. And I get heal damage. I do hit a crit, and that goes to my rear guard, and a Belloc. And of course, Sullivan's skill, he has to Soul Blast 2. Interesting about Sullivan, even if the battle can't even hit the Vanguard, he does have to Soul Blast 2. So if anything, you could call a draw trigger and attack the Vanguard, and they will still have to Soul Blast 2, because it says any battle. So this is like 32 to Vanguard, and he goes ahead and guards with the cat, and he gains +10, and that skill. And then the cat skill, which is interesting, because when it's placed on Guardian Circle and the attack did not hit, you can move it to Soul. And then he Soul Blasts too. So that's a quite nice combo there. He goes ahead and discards a copy of his Vanguard to Stride into Tybalt. Tybalt is pretty good. It helps you not take out, helps fill your soul, and actually helps counter dominate, because they can't dominate rear guards that from the drop zone that aren't there. So I've playtested dominate against Bladewing, and it's quite annoying in that sense that they don't have a drop zone on your turn. Goes ahead and calls his Succubus to Soul Charge and draw. Calls another one to Soul Charge and draw and discard. Calls the cat once again. Moves to the deck. Soul Charge 1, Counter Charge 1, draw if 10 cards are in Soul. And he drew into the cat, right? Like that. And he can do it again. Shuffles, cut, Soul Charge, draw, and no need to countercharge, obviously. And he fixes up his field a little bit because he can afford to do so. And he wants. I'm at 4 damage. He's in a pretty good position. I haven't been in too good of a position the entire game, so I need a damage trigger here. Nope, didn't get it. So attacks for 26 on this column. Like I don't think I have a perfect guard in hand right now. I think that's the problem. I don't have a perfect guard, so I have to. He does use his assassin from the soul to Spirit Call it upon his Vanguard's attack, and Generation Guard into. Let's see. The new guy. New single rare G guard, counter loss 1 for +10k from his 1 MG rear guard circle. So he does hit that stand trigger, which hurts quite a bit because that is a powered up column. Attacks for 24k to Vanguard, and I can't guard it, and there we go, 6 damage. So let's go ahead and go to game 2. Let's go, game 2, Bladewing versus Blademaster. So he goes ahead and rides into Dimension Creeper, the ideal ride, because you want that amazing broken card in the soul. So go ahead and call Lava Flow Dragon and reveal Blademaster to search out Blademaster Cohen and shuffle my deck. Add it to my hand and discard Blademaster. So I have the right Blademaster in deck. Attack with Lava Flow and attack with my Vanguard. Drive checking a crit. Nice. 3 damage. Goes ahead and rides into Succubus. Calls a Dimension Creeper. Does he call anything else? Yes, he calls a Were-Tiger. Attacks my rear guard. And attacks my Vanguard. Yes, no. Yes, attacks my Vanguard with his rear guard. Taking damage and then attacks with his Vanguard. So he hits a stand. I guard it. He does hit a stand trigger, so that's going to stand the Dimension Creeper and attack again. Ride into Nadim. I do attack the rear guard because I don't want him to put that into his soul. Don't know if that's the best play, but I definitely know I don't want that in the soul. He does drop 2 cards to guard it though, so at least I made him drop 2 cards, but they're just going to be shuffled back into the deck anyway. So he goes and rides into Sullivan and searches his deck to add his targeted Were-Tiger Jaeger into the soul. He only finds one though, funny enough, so still gets a pretty good plus. His starters now has darkness though, so can swing for 14 at Vanguard, which is a magic number, so I take the damage. No trigger revealed though. Attacks with the Vanguard, I do guard for 2 to pass, and drive checks, no triggers. So let's go Blademaster's turn again, yeah. Rides Blademaster Cohen, discarding another Cohen to Stride. There we go, Stride into Vortex Desire. I think yep, pop that starter. Don't want that starter there, don't want those cards to go in the soul. I choose my starter to give +3, since it does have Blaze off Cohen's effect. And I call 2 rearguards, and go into the battle phase, flip 1 up for Vortex Desire. He no guards it, so get a draw trigger, draw a card, +5 to a rearguard. Second check, and third check, no trigger. So 1 damage, and his 2 remaining rearguards retire. So that's a little bit better. I don't have to worry about them right away. And since he hit, I can countercharge 1, and then 17 from my grade 3 rearguard, and he G-guards, and to soul charge 2. And give him that GB1. Blademaster's skill adds a grade 3 to hand, and end my turn. Comeback Kings. Bladewing turn again. He discards that SP, yeah. Discards the SP to stride into Tybalt, and shuffle the drop zone into the deck, and soul charge 5, because I doubt he has 15 soul right now. Yeah. Soul charge 5. Bunch of triggers. Good for me, not too good for him. He does activate Dimension Creeper from the soul to soul charge 2 more. 2 more triggers into the soul. Does call his Succubus and activate her Counterblast to soul charge 1, draw 2, and discard 1. And he gets that ideal soul charge there. He got that Bladewing grade 2 in the soul. And countercharge. Calls Flying Librarian, activate her skill to soul charge 2 and draw 1. And he does draw his starter, so his starter's back into his hand. That's funny. And he gets the countercharge. He activate his other card into the soul, and soul charges a Were-Tiger and a Assassin, so he can counterblast 1 and draw 1. He calls Cat of Nightmareland, puts it into the deck, to soul charge 1, countercharge 1, and draw a card if he has 10 cards in hand. No, 10 cards in soul. Don't know why I said hand. Calls Psyches to soul charge 1. I hope that's his name. I think that's right. Psyches. Bladewing Psyches. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. Go ahead and call Hysteric Shirley to soul charge 1. And then he does soul charge the 2 again, which means he can soul charge 2 more and get another assassin into that soul. So he attacks for 9 to my rearguard. 26 to Vanguard, which I don't guard. Gets that heal trigger, gives it to his rearguard, and check 3, grade 2. Damage checking a perfect guard. So it's now 14 to Vanguard. 14 to my rearguard. I'm like, I should probably keep that. Discard it. So Blademaster's turn again. Yay. Draw for turn. Discard a Cohen to Zygenberg. Now the problem is I need to somehow wear down his soul enough that this turn can be truly effective. Zygenberg skill Soul Blast 1, 2, and flip to retire another rearguard. I should probably have retired the rearguard in the front row. I mean, no, the back row, so that my Wyvern on rearguard can be at 17k instead of 15. I don't think I have anything to get that final rearguard off the field, but we can still swing for 11, activate my starter skill because my Vanguard is blazing, give it +3, countercharge 1, draw 1 for retiring it, and he takes the damage and gives the power to Vanguard, and Soul Blast 2. So that's 32 to Vanguard from Zygenberg. Goes ahead and discards to perform a G-Guard into Vincent. Look at that. He Soul Charges 1 and Soul Charges an Assassin off, let's see, yeah, heal triggers effect, and then those are both off the G-Guard, heal triggers effect, and then he activates the G-Guard. So the G-Guard will get plus 20k shield because there are 25 cards in the soul. So I did check 2 crits, which is nice, so I can give it to the rear guard and to my Vanguard. And I can activate Zygenberg's effect now, which is Counterblast 1, discard 1. Because he does have 1 rear guard. Discard a Cohen. And swing for 37 crit to a single drive, which he nullifies. Drive checking, nothing. Attack the Vanguard, and you can discard it with a single card and Soul Blast 2. So it's Blade Wing's turn once again. What will he stride into this time? Goes into the pro play of Tybalt and puts the drop zone back into the deck so he doesn't deck out. Stand, Dimension Creeper, Stand, Were-Tiger, and Assassin. Not bad. Get to draw off that Were-Tiger, and Assassin and Dimension Creeper are where they need to be in the soul. Activate Succubus on rear guard to Soul Charge that Were-Tiger and draw and discard. Now Were-Tiger goes on to standby, waiting for Succubus's skill to resolve, and then he can activate that. Discarding the Perfect Guard, and then countercharging, and then Were-Tiger effects go off, and he draws a card. Calls a Flying Librarian to Soul Charge 2 more. Activating Dimension Creeper to Soul Charge 2 more. He has 3, a total of 3. Does he have a 4th one? No, he has a total of 3 assassins in that soul. So this could decide it. He does use Were-Tiger's effect from the soul to add it to his hand from soul, which is pretty good. He activates Dimension Creeper to Soul Charge 2 more, and then Psyches. Oh, there's another Psyches. Does he use it? Yes, he does. Another Dimension Creeper. How many cards does he have left in deck? 6 cards left in deck, so yeah. He doesn't choose to Soul Charge anymore. He doesn't want to deck out just yet. Tries to fix his field a little bit. Attacks 15 at Vanguard. I intercept. 16 to Vanguard from the Succubus. Guard with the 10k. And that's 26 to Vanguard. Beginning of Vanguard attacks, he calls out an Assassin over Succubus. So 26 to Vanguard, I nullify the attack. Do I get a counter charge? Nope. Triple drive, he gets a heal. Power to the assassin, and he heals 1 card. Check 2, nothing. Check 3, nothing. Attack. Beginning of assassin's attack. Call another one from the soul, and puts me to 5 damage. Once again, assassin. Why this combo is so good. You can just wear out your opponent's defense quite fast, especially if you have a buff from a skill. But even if you don't, it can be quite good. So nullify. So I was able to guard the entire turn, but I have no cards left in hand. So did I draw a stride enabler? Nope. I cannot stride. So my opponent has 4 cards in hand. 22 cards in soul. So I don't think I'm going to be able to make a comeback from this point, but I'm going to try. Attack the Vanguard for 17. Because he does get +2 for that 1 empty rearguard circle in his back row. And then 16 a Vanguard, thanks to the trigger. Going in soul and give my Vanguard +5. He goes ahead, Geoguarding it. Twin drive, I get a draw trigger. And a grade 1. Goes ahead and soul blasts his 2 for the end of the battle. And it's Comeback King's Bladewing turn once again. He discards 2 grade 2s to stride. He needs to stride into a Tibble. I think he has very little cards. 5, 4, 3 cards left in deck. Yep, there it is. There's Tibble. But that drops him back into the deck. Activate the cat from hand. Moving it to deck to soul charge 1, counter charge 1, and draw 1 card if he has 10 or more soul. Oh, he got that assassin in that. The assassin's in the soul. Activates a Flying Librarian, which he drew off that effect. And he draws another cat, Flying Librarian. He can keep going, people. It's all the fishing in the Bladewing deck, folks. It just never stops. Gets another Flying Librarian. Let's go. Soul charge. Draw. Oh look, he has a Succubus now. Let's counter boss 1. Soul charge another assassin off the top of the deck and draw 2 cards and discard 1. So he attacks the Vanguard. Yes? 25k to Vanguard. And with my hand, there's no way I can guard this. I hope for a heal trigger and don't get it. It was the very next card. And that's the match.